Christie that runners miss an easy one.
Yeah, Edmonds missed a bunny, and that's the third one they've missed. Christie, corner, triple net. And if that name sounds familiar, Christie away with it. Christie pulls. You can see why they're really excited about Cam Christie here. Minnesota over the University of Texas San Antonio. School that is new to the American Athletic Conference. Wingard threw it away, and here's Christie yet again. That's turnover. Here come the Roadrunners. Back the other way. Garcia, he's crafty, he's poised, he's under control.
Christie, actually that's more Holman just driving into traffic, but then the ability of Garcia at 6'11" to put the ball on the floor, he could put the ball on the floor and finish.
Defending him initially.
7-point scorer at Pepperdine. Mitchell was last year. Another good shooter. As Bates is denied by Christie.
Doesn't give up on the play. And watch him come from behind. He gets screened out, but he comes with the proper hand, the inside hand here on Bates, because Bates is going to send this in.
Fox got there defensively. Mitchell pulls up for three.
Really nice job by Carrington of understanding 8 times out of 10, that shot from one side is going to kick to the other.
Kept it alive, and Mitchell knocked it down.
A very aggressive Spartan defensive posture. And Parker Fox may have gotten away with a travel as he slams it home. Still looking for their first three. And it finally comes from the corner from Cam Christie.
And get it into your stuff smoothly.
Cam Christie, who has it now, had 18 points in his college debut last week. Gets a 2-point basket with his foot on the line there. Oh, wide open, Ola Joseph. Some miscommunication, nobody picked up.
Mike Mitchell Jr. transfer from Pepperdine has the ball right now for the Gophers. Here's Payne backing his man down, spins baseline and scores off the glass. Parker Fox checks in for the first time. Redshirt senior from Matabita, Minnesota. There's number 23 in gold, and a turnover. Payne sets the screen for Mitchell, draws two. Fox feeds Payne. He's double teamed.
He missed Mitchell on the dive cut.
Got it back down low and scored.
Last sequence for Payne. Look, he missed the dive cut by Mitchell, but he doesn't give up on the play. How about that? Doing a wonderful job of executing that dive cut too early.
Milton trying to answer back, cannot. He turns it over. Hawkins will lob. Oh, Joseph throws it down. Christie was 7. He'll drive outside the elbow and scores. Smooth stroke that Christie had.
I think they were maybe trying to get a little rest for some of their guys, as well as making sure that they had everyone in the situation they wanted defensively. Good. Oh, nice duck in.
Garcia backing his way down and scores over Bell.
He's not there yet, but keep an eye on Justin Mullins, who transferred in from Denver. He has the opportunity to kind of fill the same role that Chase Audige had there as his career unfolds.
Christie off the Wilson screen for three.
Christie, yes.
Nice response by the freshman. He's kind of struggled on a couple possessions.
Yeah, just fantastic. One of the things that Chris Holtman has loved about his play this year. Christie driving, Christie finishing. That's where Ohio State is as a team on the season, 39%, second best in the Big Ten. There's a three for Minnesota. Christie knocks it down.
Yeah, in his career, his young career in the Twin Cities, boy.
Hawkins looks to create. Christie, that was a great shot fake and a pretty mid-range jumper.
And that's why you catch the ball in basketball position.
And good sign that he's staying on the floor for the final seconds. But it's all window dressing at this point. Christie will get 2 more to his total to get double figures.
85th all-time meeting between these two programs. Nebraska has won 4 of the last 5. Here's Christie, the baseline jumper falls.
Nice cut there by Cam Christie.
So Pharrell Payne checks in as Garcia comes out. Here's Hawkins, leaving it Christie, another chance. And Christie off to a strong start. Tominaga doesn't need much space. Still a quiet night. Here's Hawkins with great speed to a trailing Christie for 3. Yes! Again, the Gophers last led when it was a 16-15 game. Mitchell for the lead! Gophers by 3!
Good catch there by Fox to keep it alive. Here's Christie. Still scoreless, goes out of class. Count the bucket. And one coming for the freshman.
But I think an important part, as you see Cameron Christie going up strong, I think an important part, Ben Johnson in the timeout, I could see his body language, I could see his assistants. They were talking about getting on, and you can expect him to be playing a lot and get the ball a lot. And when you're in the paint, it's more difficult.
Christie looking for it. Remember, he had the and one earlier. Again, Minnesota playing without their leading scorer and rebounder here today. Dawson Garcia, Cam Christie with the cleanup job.
Cameron Christie, he's a freshman. And he's finally healthy and getting himself a bucket for the Gophers.
7-0 run. Minnesota has made its last 5 buckets and trying to chase it down.
Monroe to Blocker. Blocker ISO'd with Christine, but Parker Fox comes over and makes a difference. Christie to Mitchell. Corner 3, lets it fall. Gophers get a second chance. As Chris is now on the board as well. Second half performance so far. Christie lets it fly and connects.
Christie with his second three-pointer of the game.
Talked about his 5'11" stature, but having Parker Fox behind him is not going to be enough. Christie moves to his left, throws it down. A little trickery and slams.
Mike Mitchell Jr. formerly played at Pepperdine, where he started all 63 games of his career there. As we see him get a steal, Gophers are going to run a little fast break here. Christie gets it, pull up Jay, and he nails it. Hawkins throws it across the court. Pharrell Payne gets the ball back, throws it over to Mike Mitchell Jr. Lots of wild passes. They're going to need to get a shot off Christie for 3. He nails it. The crowd erupts.
Guys like Mike Mitchell get hot. Cam Christie's hit a couple shots. And we've seen the Cardinals go back and forth from that 1-3-1 zone and to man.
State drives. Middleton Jr. with the miss. Hawkins gets it to Christie, passes it inside to Ola Joseph. Great team play from the Gophers right there. UI, but they look even hotter here. 3 for 3 from beyond the arc and getting those buckets that they need to get. Minnesota with no substitutions yet. Christie looks for Ola Joseph on the inside. Ola Joseph, he goes for the layup this time. The dunk a little too risky, easy basket.
I was checking out some YouTube clips. He had hops too.
Shot clock winding down here. Deep 3 from Hawkins, and he hits it from out near the logo.
Wow.
Minnesota trying to win for the 5th time in succession, and Maine trying to end a 2-game losing streak. Ain't it back-to-back triples for the Gophers. Leading the break. Clayton tried to thread defenders with a pass for Filipovic, but he turned it over.
What a man-sized rebound. Real Payne playing possessed here tonight.
Cam Christie on the reverse. It caused him to miss 3 outings.
Like he hasn't missed a game in terms of his offensive output. He hasn't needed to score so much tonight because they've been sharing the rock.
Cam Christie.
As Dawson Garcia comes up with it. Now Hawkins, the terrific passer, leads him down the court. And a nice finish there by Cam Christie. Can't get it to go.
Minnesota's got numbers if they hurry.
Mike Mitchell, wide open, nothing but net.
Nice recognition there, coming up the floor by Christie.
5th in that particular area.
You mentioned the way he's been playing lately was a turnover machine earlier this season, not as much lately. 4th Maryland turnover. Christie looks Joseph And that's something Ola Joseph does.
Hit that three-point line with a jab step and go right to the rim.
Christie will do just that. Goes baseline off the ball fake. Good call.
Ola Joseph did a good job of walling up.
Steal from Kaiser. Ola Joseph against two defenders. Somehow found some space. Fox hands it off for Christie. Pulls up with the elbow. 3 assists. He's averaging almost 8 per game. Kaiser starts the second half. Christie over Kaiser.
Nice looking play by Christie.
You got a Minnesota team where 9 players average about 11 or more minutes per game. No one gets more than about 32 minutes. They spread it out a little bit. Cam Christie's first field goal and first points.
Oh, man, here come the Gophers.
Christie for 3, his second.
That matchup, it's the speed of Garcia right at 6'10", but he can handle it. Speaking of speed, the opposite way goes Christie. One of the best freshmen in the Big Ten gets a bucket.
Of issues defensively.
40% from 3 for Sanford, career high. Joseph, tough pull up. Oh, he hit it anyway. He's another double-figure guy for them. Pulling up from 3 and hitting from 3 is Cam Christie.
They had an impressive victory over Northwestern on Saturday. Chucky Hepburn not scoring quite as much as before, but really setting his teammates up beautifully.
Tried to atone for that last mistake with the 3, couldn't hit. Leads back up to 7. Now Hawkins a steal, and it's going to be a run out for Christie.
Wow, I'm surprised they let that go.
5 possessions for Minnesota, 3 turnovers for their offense. Christie for 3, got it. Josh Ola Joseph is on the floor for Minnesota. I mean, those guys can jump. Cam Christie on the floor with 2 fouls with a layup. Mitchell's jumper, good. What a pure stroke from Mike Mitchell.
That was a heat check right there.
Inside and intercepted by Christie. 3-on-1 for the Gophers. Garcia rejected by Cohen Carr.
I thought Cohen Carr got to that one. I thought Cohen Carr got to it before it hit the backboard.
The defense has to respond. They float that way, then you kick it back to Crowell.
That made field goal snap. The drought of about 3.5 minutes. Fox hangs and scores off the glass.
And if Wall's going to contest it, make him come through you.
Storr got around Christie, and Christie with a big volleyball spike out of bounds. Christie, the freshman, making an impact with a block. He has 11 second-half points of his 14 tonight. Storr, can he counter? Not this time.
Probably a little quick if you're Wisconsin.
Christie wants to join in, and does.
He finds the bottom of the well, and Christie, this is what he does.
When Mitchell's begging for the ball, and Wall, he collapsed. He closed. Mitchell now in traffic. Christie, this for the lead.
Press is on for Penn State. Christie helps break it. Pops up his own 3.
And then one thing that Penn State has struggled with has defending the ball screen. If Minnesota will be patient, they'll get shots just like that off the pick and pop. Minnesota's done a good job so far of handling Penn State's pressure. They've taken care of the ball, and those are the kind of shots.
A 15-2 run for the visitors. Kern broken up by Cam Christie.
Great rotation by Cam Christie.
That was tough. I don't know if he was out of bounds there. Baldwin tried to feed it with a whip one-handed pass. Instead, Garcia the other way.
But Northwestern has not won here at the Barn since 2021.
And Hawkins right now with a face guard of boo-booing.
Another turnover. Here comes Cam Christie all alone. And the first 2 today on a 2-handed dunk from Christie. Hawkins got around Barry. Kicks it out. Christie, this for the lead. Tonight's Illinois, Cam Christie.
And it all starts because Hawkins gets into the paint
Wide open. Christie is for three. Now.
Carrington in trouble. Now Christie trying to break the pressure. They do. Pharrell Payne. This should be fun. Has put on quite a show on both ends of the floor here today.
Akins will use the screen and had it knocked through. Garcia got a piece up ahead. Christie, the three ball. Got it.
Well, it's giving Michigan State some of their own medicine.
You hear the buzzword culture all the time and playing the right way. But when you see it, and you see in the practices as Fox slips through for two.
Just love the way Pharrell Payne goes after the basketball and his rebound.
Christie. Bullseye. Triple team on Garcia. Leaves Hawkins open momentarily. There is Christie for three. Yes, sir. Counted and a foul. Back-to-back misses. Both teams struggling to convert the line. Christie, he checked. He is scorching hot. Cam Christie for knocking down three balls. In transition.
Good look. Oh, nicely done by Christie.
Just ripped it out of the sky on that pass from Sanford. Garcia left alone underneath.
Left-hander Cricky lets everyone know about it, and then Cam Christie, that's a 4-point swing. That was going to be a layup for Dix. It leads to a basket on the other end for the Golden Gophers. Nice start here on the...
Fox skies for the rebound. Sanford was left wide open. Sanford so far today from 3, 1 out of 6. Man, look at Christie.
In transition, Minnesota has been outstanding, and because Mitchell ran to the far corner, the beneficiary is Christie. The only person that paid the price is the rim, as Christie sends it in with authority.
And the Gophers down 7-0.
We've seen so many times this year, Brandon, where Purdue just has gotten off to great starts and blitz teams. I think, you look at Cam Christie.
But this is a much improved Minnesota team. Just won 2 games in the Big Ten last year, but right now they're sitting at 6-6. Christie, he's a big reason why.
He is a stud.
Shot clock at 5. Another bad pass, and this one is stolen. Christie rises. Well, you said it earlier. That shot, he has some NBA look to it.
No, it does. Certainly one of those moments where you look back and you think, man, what a massive turn of events that was. Good pass from Cam Christie.
Exceptional.
You got bigs running out at you now because you've made them. You've got that roller uncontested to the basket.
Christie, the freshman who has been exploding recently. 5 straight games, Christie has scored 13 points or more, and that's an easy 2 for him. Does he look fluid or what?
And just, he doesn't play fast.
Mentioned to you before we went to break, Mag has his second foul. He's not in the game. That's our first chance to see Joshua Ola-Joseph, who has not been getting a lot of minutes, but he's very quick in his first minute of the game here.
That sometimes makes it more difficult to shoot the ball because your hand, just with how you're created, covers so much of the ball.
Cam Christie can unload from deep like no freshman in the Big Ten.
Hyatt on the offensive end of the floor because Hyatt just got frustrated. He tried to bully him a couple of times, and Garcia would have none of it.
My goodness, what Pharrell Payne can do when he's driving towards that hoop. Right now he's on Mitchell.
And right now to try to stem the tide, they've gone to his own defense. And
Cam Christie, second three-pointer of the day. He's in double digits.
Pleasantries, but the pleasantries have come in the form of Hawkins delivering. We saw him.
Ohio State took the first meeting on December 3rd and knocked down that first jumper. Christie chases it down. A good start here for Minnesota as Christie's on the push. Garcia fires from 3. How about it? An 8-0 start for the Gophers. Christie rips it away. Double team coming right up. Minnesota forcing the turnover. Fox comes up with it. Nothing more than this crowd would like to see them battle, turning over the ball, and Christie with a transition three-look.
Post entry, there's the double. Christie in the corner, the open man Garcia, and the three falls on a 5-0 start for Minnesota.
Well, they have so many weapons. When they make the extra pass and get that defense rotating, a lot of guys can step up and hit it.
And the answer on the other end from Cam Christie.
Continue to play with confidence. You got to find the three-point shooters if you're Nebraska.
And a turnover. The intercept by Christie. End to end for the forward and count the bucket and the foul. He'll go to the line for a chance at a three-point play.
Way he was going to be denied. Look at the crossover, the step through, takes the hit, the left hand off the glass. This is a star in the making. Nothing bothers him. Look at this coming right into your living room.
Tell you what, Illinois got to the bucket on the offensive glass.
The 6-0 run ends on the three from Cam Christie. 11th in the league, almost 7 boards per game this year. 5 to shoot. Christie with the contested three, and he splashes it down. The freshman with a couple from long range early, and the Gophers within one. Garcia, Christie, and Payne have all 27 of the Gophers' points. Amani Hansberry, the freshman, on the floor for the first time for Illinois. Underhanded toss to Garcia. Payne with the offensive rebound. Out to Christie for three. What a bucket in the scramble situation. It's a 2-point game.
And with Minnesota playing well, the Gopher community is really anticipating they're going to have a great crowd for when they play on Thursday. Question will be it early or late, but they could have an advantage with the home, de facto home crowd.
Cam Christie, 17 points off 4-7 from 3 in the first half.
Not anymore.
That was his first bucket in the second half, right there. And I mean, I played with a couple guys that could put the ball in the hole, and they haven't done it at the clip that Terrence Shannon has.
Christie with the three and a career-high 23 for Cam Christie.
I don't know if they could have played any better. They're shooting 81 from 3. Obviously, that helps, but so active on their defensive end also. But it started with good execution out of the timeout. Great.
Back to Georgetown, and now Mike Rhodes at Penn State. Christie breaking it. He goes! Oh, man, did he elevate! It will be on the Gophers, so Penn State ball when we come back. But the Barn jumping in this second half, big reason why. Christie, favorite, not the favorite, in the running for Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Christie in the paint, off the glass and in. Gophers by 1.
Might have been fouled by his own man, and he still made it.
Against Johnson. Christie fires and knocks it down. Have outscored Penn State 32-16 here in the second half. Cam Christie. Minnesota with a win on Saturday over Penn State, trailed by as many as 23 points in the first half. And now Christie is fouled on the three. He'll be at the line for a rare 4-point opportunity.
He ends up fouling the three-point shooter. So you're late because you got picked. Playing through some pain this season with a little bit of a bum back, but you wouldn't know it by his output.
Turnover intercepted by Christie. Gophers down.
A good athlete, he's got good size. Put it on the deck, get to the rim a little bit, or at least get to the paint. You don't have to shoot all your shots from 3. Great challenge.
Payne on the floor, another chance. Christie passes this one to Mitchell. Finally knocks down to 3.
And it's an air ball. Garcia has it here for the Gophers. Minnesota has staved off this great Northwestern start. Garcia brings it down to a 2-point lead. Christie on the move, leaves it for Fox, and he throws it down.
And this is why these tournaments are so good. It's a new season, a fresh start. See what you can get done.
A good look. Well, there's their go-to guy. Got the 2 dunks, but misses there.
I like that pick and pop action. Tom Izzo's going at Booker early and often.
Down the lane, Christie, tough finish through the contact.
Brandon, look at this finish. I mean, there's a lot of contact there. Kohler goes straight up and down. Reluctant to come back to the right, but not Dawson Garcia.
Inside of a minute, Hogard throws it away.
That's Malik Hall with a nice tap out.
Lord, he couldn't secure it himself.
Hall to Kohler. Blocked.